Senator Osmek, we had some discussion about the Senate tax bill, so let's turn to you. What do you think? Anything to say on the Senate tax bill, and then we're going to ask our counterparts in the House what they think.
Well, the most troubling provision was the family leave portion of that bill, and there were a lot of Republicans that had real issues with it. And when it first came up, it has been morphing itself. It doesn't appear, in my opinion, the farther out you go, that it can actually pay for itself. Also, as you move up and to use this benefit, as you make more money, you receive less benefits. So in essence, we're going to be taxing people and redistributing that down to the lower ends of the economic scale. Now, if you think that's right and you think you should be using tax code to do that, now that's your opinion. I don't think that that's the way it should be. Also, about someplace in the range of 75% of Minnesota businesses already provide this type of a benefit. So I really think that it steps beyond the boundaries of where good government should be, that should be a benefit that your company or your private sector company or public sector company, if we want to do it as the state of Minnesota, we certainly have the right to do it as part of the employee benefit package. But when you start now legislating it and saying, we're going to tax the business and we're going to tax the individual and we're going to put it in a pot, and then we're going to give it back to you. I mean, right now we've already seen how MNsure is working out, and that's another problematic issue we have in Minnesota. But I don't see us creating a brand new program, and the House isn't taking it up. So for all intents and purposes, it was an exercise in the Senate to do something where I think we could have spent more time on better issues.
Talk about the House tax bill and tax issues, Representative Dornis.
There's only a couple of things that I feel is a priority in there. One is tax on Social Security. I think that needs to go away, fade away over time. That affects a lot of people in the state of Minnesota.
Costs $500 million to do the House provision on Social Security. They brought a tax bill that would have spent $2 billion last year, and of course there is no supplemental omnibus tax bill coming from the House.
Is that a total fade out? Is that the cost you're talking about?
So each year it wouldn't be that much. When the total phase-in comes, it costs $500 million a year.
Yeah.
And that.
We have at least one viewer here who's in favor of that, by the way.
Yeah.
Called in earlier and said we think we should get rid of it.
Look at the number of people in the state of Minnesota on Social Security.
And
the federal government is not giving them a dime more.
Don't pay a dime in taxes on their Social Security income.
Well, then how can it be such a drain if they're not paying anything?
Oh, because
where does that come from?
Because the people who earn or who have resources in excess of $60,000, it is those people in the Social Security that they receive who would be getting the benefits, not. Most Minnesotans who are on Social Security wouldn't get any additional benefit, because they don't pay taxes on it anyway. All of their Social Security is non-taxable, and I think that we need to look at, if we're going to look at giving relief in Social Security, we have to look at other pension programs, if you will, that aren't related to Social Security, that are still public employees.
Well, federal employees would like to be included.
Yeah, exactly. Federal employees, police and fire, they don't get any Social Security. And there's going to have to be a lot of tough discussion about whether we move forward on that at all.
Let's go back to the House tax bill. So that's what we want to accomplish here. So
I have not seen it. It's been around since last year. I have not studied it. I've not seen it. I just know some of the provisions have been talked about.
So,
okay. So no, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, there's $900 million in a budget surplus, and the tax bill that was still in conference spent $1.3 billion from the House.
So we know that has to be modified.
And so it would more than take the entire budget surplus. And the transportation bill, it's my understanding that the GOP speaker said that he wanted to use some of that surplus in order to fund transportation. So you can't spend it twice. So I anticipate that any tax bill that will come back will not be giving large tax cuts if you spend the money on transportation.
Another chair that has a lot of work cut out for himself.